All right, everybody. It is Friday night. That means the Hot 10 show is upon us, and it's another weird one this week. It is Emerald City Comic Con, and I'm up in Seattle. Stein's dealing away with the scraps of C2E2. And we got Richie here to tell us about all the hot books and all the goodies. So that being said, let me show you last week's intro. And that's the intro this week. I don't want to put that book that we had on the thumbnail last week as this week's intro. I'm sure we'll get massacred for it. But that being said, what are you guys up to?
Back in the motherland. I should just get a second home here, even though I absolutely hate Chicago.
Yeah, you need to get them to give you an apartment there.
Ugh.
It's cold in the winter.
Oh, it's stupid cold. That moist air coming off of the lake. Ugh. And the wind just never stops. It's so cold.
Yeah. 47 live right now. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. Appreciate you. I think we have a comment to pick at some time during the show for the winner for last week's comment. So I'll figure that out by the time we go to the end of the show. I went to I went to Emerald City today, walked around. I went and saw there is a guy here on the floor that is selling comics and some really cool wrestling variants that are badass, man. And so I stopped by and talked to him for a little bit, did a nice little video with him, and so
in the hotel,
some goodies to show. No, at the con. So I mean, it would be cool if it was at the hotel. But that being said, I wouldn't have to leave. Just chill here the whole time, which would be awesome.
I think I should do that. I think I should just, instead of setting up at a show, just open up my door to stay where everybody else is staying, and just open up my door.
Yeah,
free.
Yeah. So let me show you these books real quick. So here's what I picked up. These are kind of cool. They're limited to 200, and he writes them and he works with the wrestling stars themselves. So this is called Tales from the Road, and this is Tales from the Road number 9. Cool cover there. Tales from the Road. Headlock Comics, the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast exclusive variant. So it's like a Toy Story variant. Pretty cool. And then Tales from the Road number Tales from the Road from 2021 December. It's kind of like homage to
X-Men.
Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine.
Is that smaller than normal?
It's smaller than normal, yeah. It's really badass, dude. This was an homage, of course, to X-Men and Dia de los Muertos. I really geek out over Dia de los Muertos stuff, so I picked up these. So, cool. Yeah, man. Going to talk more about him throughout the week. But I did bring these. I'm giving these away. I'm doing it like a scavenger hunt type thing. And I got some shout out to Skybound Entertainment and Comics Vault Live. He hooked me up with some books to give away. So this gorgeous Battle Beast variant. Beautiful. So that's one of the books I'll be giving away at the con this weekend. And then this is the Virgin variant and the black and white Virgin variant. So I'm going to be doing scavenger hunts all weekend at ECC. Guys, follow my content on the IG. If you're at ECCC this week, tomorrow I will leave clues on where you can go in the con, and I'll put a QR code for my link tree. And if you go find the QR code and let me know and take a picture of you standing there with it, you are the winner. So pretty cool stuff. And we'll go through that all this tomorrow. But big shout out to Skybound Entertainment and Big Clutch. These are absolutely beautiful. These are the Skybound X variants, and they're square bound, and so they're so much nicer than the Invincible variants that they did before. They're really super thick, so really cool. So big shout out to Skybound and Big Clutch. Next, go ahead. What's that?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, what was that thing that like back in like the late '90s and early 2000s that people would do, and they would like go to like a park and have put like their name on a little piece of paper? What was that thing called? It was like
geocaching.
No, like, yeah, geocaching.
Geocaching.
That's what I'm just thinking about what you're doing right now. I don't know why that's in my head.
Yeah, that's exactly the reason. That's where it's coming from, bro. Yeah. So anyways, this is Skybound X from Image 30th anniversary. It is the first Invincible story since it ended by Ryan Ottley and Robert Kirkman. So very, very cool book with the exclusive on top. And these are all coming out right now because next weekend on Whatnot, Comics Vault and Comics Vault Live will be doing, will selling these. There's going to be a bunch of people on Whatnot selling these books. But if you're in ECCC this weekend, you get them for free if you find the QR codes hidden throughout the con. And in order to find out where those QR codes, you got to be following me right there and get the clues tomorrow. So very, very cool. Shout out to
very awesome.
Yeah, shout out to Big Clutch. So all right. You guys know how this works. We start off with the almost 10 now. Like I said, the almost 10 is going to be a little bit different tonight because I'm going to be going back and forth sharing my screen. But yeah, let's go ahead and get in it. I'm going to put you guys in the matrix, of course. And we start off with an interesting one this week. Man, Goat, and Bunny Man, Green Eggs and Blam, #2, the Paul Green 1 in 10 variant. And yeah, this is the type of book where I'm just like, yep, that's very interesting. And I saw a bunch of Paul Green books today at the booth that were gorgeous, just as gorgeous as this.
Yeah, so that #1 of this did really well last month. It's still selling for like almost 100. So this one's the second one. What is this? Like, is that supposed to homage anything, or is that she just chopping things up with a
Dr.
axe?
Seuss?
I don't.
Seuss?
I guess.
Maybe Dr. Seuss. Yes,
yeah,
you got it.
Yeah, so, but I'm not sure what Dr. Seuss. But yeah, this one's selling for like 75, which again, for a Zenescope book that just came out, that's just a 1 in 10. That's a lot.
Yeah, and it's a Paul Green variant, which you guys know how that works. Paul Green fans are rabid out there.
Well, Patrick makes a good point. There's not a lot of people ordering 10, 15 Zenescope books, so.
Has Paul Green ever done a book outside of Zenescope?
That's a great question. That is a great question. I'll have to find out.
Yeah. If anybody in the chat knows, I'm sure Brian would know. He loves Paul Green.
Yeah. He definitely loves. He's a big fan of Paul Green. He was sending me. He bought those cereal variants, which he did. Paul Green did, which were pretty cool too. So go check those out. All right, on to the next one. Stein, you're gonna have to help me with these. All right, but the next one, #2, Infamous Iron Man, #1, the Scotty Young variant. Which
wrong one.
Listen, not wrong one.
Yes, the Tony Stark Iron Man, and huge shout out to Brian P. Meister. I appreciate the super chat. He said, while Brian's finding that one, Tony Stark Iron Man. Brian P. Meister said, I own 2 copies of 8 Billion Genies. One preview with the Sule sketch and comments.
First Riri. Just kidding.
Which
Nope,
one?
wrong.
This is the
Nope,
one
not
that comes up for that. That's
No, Tony Stark Iron Man. The one looks like second one from the right on that list. Or in that little
this one right here.
second one from the right.
He's from the right, Brian. So if you go back,
Your other right.
opposite side, there you go. Is that it? Yeah,
That
that's
one.
got to be it. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
See, this is what happens when me and Brian don't actually talk beforehand. I just send him stuff and he's like, okay, I'll figure it out.
This is a dope cover. I've who is that he's carrying? Is that the writer? I imagine.
It's not Riri.
Who wrote Tony? Yeah, it's definitely not Riri.
It's not Young. I don't think it's Young either.
I
By the way, Paul Green, just to go back real quick, Vampirella. He did some Vampirella covers. So.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, sorry, Brian. Oh, I didn't even see that you asked a question. Do I sell now or wait? On the 8 billion genies, that's a tough question.
I would hold.
I would sell now.
No, hold. He sells everything. Hold. I think you should hold. I don't know. It's up to you.
What's going on with this? What's going on with Tony Stark? This book right here.
I'm not really sure, but this one's pretty. This is just another one of these. It's a number 4. So it's a little more difficult to find, I guess, because it's not like I would assume the print run is lower, but it's selling for 90, which I would not have thought an Iron Man version would be selling that. I don't think there's a first appearance in this, right?
It's a costume debut. So Tony's armor, it's a new suit or a new type of suit. And the armor, especially, it's called scooter armor. It transformed from a battle suit to an actual motor scooter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Nobody was ordering this book. Nobody was ordering
Yeah,
this
man.
book.
There's some Scotty Young variants out there that sell for ridiculous money that you wouldn't expect. And this is one of them. So, good stuff. All right, next on the list, West Coast Avengers, number 7. This is a great copy. We all love this amazing cover. As soon as it came out, I think everybody knew it was a great cover.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's now up to $50 raw, but basically just because of Jeff Landshark. But honestly, I think the way everybody just kind of loves that character, man, I just think $50 might still be a buy.
I love the trade dress on this.
Yeah, I do too. I like this whole West Coast Avengers run. Like, there's a lot of good covers, but yeah, great trade dress.
Kelly Thompson again.
Kelly Thompson.
Who does not love Jeff Landshark?
Yeah, exactly. And they'll do anything they can to get that in a character that is loved like that. It's Baby Yoda, brother. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Where is he going to show up?
Young Avengers.
I think he's going to be. I think he's got a chance to be in Deadpool 3.
Really?
Ooh, great. Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a good one. So, all right. On to the next one. Resident Evil 3, the magazine. I talked about these, I think, last week on the Wednesday night show on the Radar Collectibles show. Somebody had picked up all 5 of the magazines for super cheap, and these Resident Evil magazines have been hot for a while, and people just don't really know it. But yeah, any of those Resident Evil books I'd pick up if I see them.
Yeah, and this one's got a Jim Lee cover, so that's what I think is probably the driving force or the majority of it. But it's sold for $300. That seems exceptionally high, right?
Yes. Are you sure it wasn't a set of all 5?
I don't think so.
Man.
That seems like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that got a TM on it, like Tony Moore and Jim Lee?
I don't know.
Jim Lee TM or TH.
Is it TH? Okay, it's TH or TM. I don't know.
TH. It looks like TH to me.
You know, it's funny. I love magazine covers. I just hate to store magazines. If they,
Yes.
I mean, I love the extra space on them, but man, are they a pain in the butt to store?
Yeah, I agree 1,000%.
No, Mark, I don't think this is a foil.
No. Nope. It's a big magazine, and they came polybag too. So, all right. Next on the list this week for the Almost 10, Despicable Deadpool number 287, the Rob Liefeld variant, and I actually like this cover. I'll be honest. This is a Rob Liefeld cover I kind of like a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't even know Liefeld had an exclusive, like his own, like J. Scott Campbell cover, where it came from his own thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he didn't have to draw legs. He doesn't have to draw feet. He didn't have to draw faces. So it makes it kind of the best of all things for him. But yeah, this is a $90 book. I'm sure the buy-in was not anywhere close to that. But this is like several years old, right?
Yep.
Yeah, at least 10 to 12, right?
I don't know if it's
maybe 8.
Holy shit.
Maybe 2012, maybe, right?
Okay.
I mean, 287. So I mean, that was quite a while ago, for sure. But
yeah,
I don't know. I just when I see Liefeld stuff, I just always hoped. I didn't like him back in the '90s either.
Mm-hmm.
I just always thought, can he just like improve? I mean, can he just take some criticism and actually improve his? And it just has never gotten any better.
No, you're right. You're right. But I will say this, man, he put out a post on, where was that, Richie, that post that he put out?
Twitter.
Facebook? Twitter?
Was it Twitter? It seems like a lot of character for Twitter.
Yeah, it was either Twitter or Facebook.
Instagram. It was Instagram.
And it was such a fire post, you guys. It was talking about how, he was complaining, and rightfully so, I guess, for him, how a lot of the younger artists in the game just don't understand. They're lazy. They're not the same. They're not cut from the same cloth, or this and that, just complaining. But man, he was making some crazy points. And if they're true, man, it's really sad. It's really sad. So go check it out.
What?
Basically how, the younger artists in comic books just don't really have what it takes. And they're not very professional. There's a lot of them that aren't very professional, and, you can't work in this industry and, be late with, drawings, and late with stuff. And, he was like, it's not like I'm paying like bottom of the barrel work. I pay, a lot for the stuff that I farm out. And he's like, it's definitely not the pay. And he's like, it's just something about this younger generation that they just feel lackadaisical, and like they can get away with, being late all the time and not doing certain things. And it was really, to be honest, it was really eye-opening reading that coming from him, because he was even like, take it from me. I'm an old guard. And if anything that you can, when it comes to Liefeld, you have to give him that respect. He's been doing it for a long time, and you know what I mean? He's the old guard. And it's just weird to hear that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. On to the next one. What are these selling for, you say? 90?
90.
Not bad.
I don't know if I would
pay.
I can't imagine myself paying 90 for a Liefeld exclusive.
Oh, no. Never. Probably 40. I bet you it was 40. Yeah. So maybe they're doubling up. All right. Next on the list, a great old school Quasar issue. Quasar number 58. What's up with this, Stein?
To be honest, I have no idea. How many issues did Quasar go to?
Not very many. Not many after this, I don't think.
After this, yeah, I mean this sold for $25, which I have no idea why somebody would pay $25. I mean, because I don't know about you guys, but pretty much when I get to the Q section in the back issue bins, I
Skip.
just keep going. I mean, I look maybe to see if that question issue, that what is it, like 13 or whatever that one question or issue is, and other than that, I don't look at anything in the queues. So
Okay. So
AOA
let's
said
see here.
Barry Allen was in there. Okay.
There's like 3 or 4 first appearances, but 2 of the 3 are or 2 of the 4 are one and done, and the other 2 have like 4 appearances forthwith.
Yeah, and there's
I
a
like the
lot
cover.
of there's a lot of weird, like they name them weird things, the names of the people. So yeah, maybe that's what it is.
I don't know. I mean, even if you're trying to put together a run,
Well, they call it the second appearance of the Flash in the Marvel universe. So there you go.
like
his
the
first
actual Flash,
yeah, the
like
actual Flash.
like Barry Allen is.
Yeah, well, he goes by. It says here the stranger has amnesia, vaguely remembers his name, but he knows it sounds something like buried, like you're buried underground, alien. And so yeah, the first appearance was in Quasar 17, and if I remember correctly, wasn't Quasar 17? Was that around the time of Greg Capullo doing Quasar? I think
Maybe.
so. Yeah. So, but that's very interesting. That's very interesting. I did not know about this book.
Me neither.
That's
like
why
I
it's
said,
here.
Yeah, like I said, I've probably looked past the Qs, the Quasar section forever.
Oh, yeah.
And what did you see it sell for this week?
25.
Wow.
It's got a lot going on, like what Brian was saying, and then also it's the second to last issue. So,
will Quasar stop a Milky Way marathon? There's a turtle running in the marathon for the Milky Way. Yeah. So, yeah, very interesting. Very cool book. There we go, you guys. On to the next one. Oh, yeah, I know this one. Justice League of America, number 69, third printing variant. You know that because the Doomsday, I believe, is in the first printing, it's black, right? Where it says Doomsday. And it also says 3 right here in Roman numerals. But this is a early appearance of Doomsday.
Yeah. I mean, I always thought the fourth print, the one with the DCU fourth print, was, and I think that one is still really hard to find. I had no idea that the third print was as sought after. I mean, a CGC 9.8 sold for $650 this week, which is an all-time high, but still, I mean, even like past sales, I mean, it was still a few $100s for 9.8. So I just didn't know that the third print was even remotely sought after.
would you guys rather have the third print or the DC universe?
Third print. Because I think the DC universe might be more, there might be more copies out there because they were doing those packages.
Yeah, but I know for whatever reason, the DCUs are not that plentiful on this particular book. I don't know why, but it's definitely one that's not in the, like the Green Lantern, where there's a million of them, or the Robin or something like that. This one's much more difficult to actually find. But
speaking of DCU variants, I will be having a Whatnot sale coming up later on this week when I get back home of nothing but DCU variants. I've got a short box of them I'm going to be selling. So
nice.
Be on the lookout. Yeah. Yeah. How much is this selling for raw? Did you take a look?
I did not necessarily. I didn't see anything raw. I just saw that $650 9.8 sale. And initially when I saw it, I was like, because I think it was listed for like 1,000 or something. And then the sale price was $650, but I was like, was that good or bad? And I went and checked GPA, and the only other 9.8 sale was like $300 or $250 or something like that. So it was way over what the last one sold for. But I mean, that's the only difference in the cover, right? Just the 3 and then Doomsday, the color.
I think the Doomsday is a different color. I think it's black in the other ones. But how many of you guys think that Doomsday looked cooler in his like containment suit than he did regular in his, without it? I think that the containment suit Doomsday looks better than the Doomsday without it.
I don't know if he looks better. I just wish, to be honest, like you think back and those DC books were ridiculously overhyped and overprinted and all this stuff. But honestly, I mean, it was kind of cool to have like all the like just a simple storyline that kind of went through all the different books, and it wasn't overly complicated, and there weren't 58 different versions of one. It was just basically just here, just read it, and here's a story. You got to pick up Justice League, and then you got to pick up Superman, and then you got to pick up Action Comics, and then you got to pick up Man of Steel, and then Superboy, and all these things. And it was just, you just kept, every week you got another part of the story. I kind of miss that, to be honest.
I do too, but they have to do it right. Like you said, it can't be like 1,000 different tie-ins that are super cheesy. Like these tie-ins were big parts of the storyline.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So, all right, on to the next one. The Astounding Wolfman number 5. I think a lot of these Astounding Wolfmans later in the run are tough to find, right? Because everybody was picking up like number 1 in the free comic book day because they saw it was Robert Kirkman and he was doing something new. But I don't know if many people were reading it later.
This didn't go. This was only like what, 5 or 6 issues?
Yeah, 5 or 6 issues. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is like a connecting. Is this a connecting?
Is this from 2011 series?
Probably. I don't know the year, but
it went further than that. I believe it went to 12. It's a full volume.
Oh, okay.
There's an issue 11. So.
Well, this is I don't think this wasn't an incentive. I think this is just like a B cover.
Yeah.
But I think that it was a connecting cover, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I mean, this is a $40 book. So if you happen to see these Wolfman variants, it's kind of like the Deadly Class variants or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they're just B covers, they're just not that plentiful. Pick them up.
Yep. All right, next on the list, Rogue One.
Yeah, Cosmic One said it is connecting.
Rogue One, a Star Wars story, the Walmart variant, which a lot of people were after these when they found out about them.
Yeah, these Walmart things. Now, I'm trying to remember back. I didn't think that the Walmart variant was like super hard to find on this one, was it?
No, I don't think so. I don't remember it being that hard to find.
Yeah, I mean,
but I could be wrong.
The only difference is what, just the barcode, or I don't think there's anything necessarily different
on the barcode. It should have the number of cover down the list. So let's
7.
say, okay, yeah. Usually it's between 5 and 7. Most of them I see is 7. So
yeah, all I know is, I mean, a CGC 9.6 sold for $750.
Wow.
That's a lot for a character that's dead, right? I mean, everybody in Rogue One's
a lot
dead.
of people love this storyline.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the movie was one of the best Star Wars movies I think out there, visually, story wise. But I mean, like, would you pay $750 even if it was a hard to find? I mean, $750, that's a lot. I mean, you could get a 9.8, you could get 2 9.8 Dr. Aphras for $750.
Good point.
Yeah.
And she's alive.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, that just seems odd, but.
Well, that seems odd. How about this one? Thrawn number 5, the Raphael Albuquerque variant right here. Was it a 1 in 25?
It was a 1 in 20. Have you guys ever seen this book in person?
No.
Oh.
I have not either. So it's got to be hard. I mean, Thrawn was way undervalued or way underordered, which is amazing when you think back and you're like, why were people not buying that? But by the time they got to issue number 5, nobody was ordering 25 copies. But raw copy this week sold for almost 200. So I would think that a 9/8 is probably difficult with all black. And I apologize, my voice is kind of going, but I would think of 9/8 is probably pretty difficult on this one.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. That's really nice. All right, let's go back into the Matrix real quick here, you guys. Thank you for 182 live right now. Appreciate everybody that's come in and hang with us. We're doing things a little bit on the fly today because I am out here in Seattle this weekend for Emerald City Comic Con. So I'm going to be here till Monday morning, heading out Monday morning. So we're kind of doing everything on the fly. I didn't really have a chance to get everything ready, but it's been a lot of fun. If you guys love the Almost 10, make sure to give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. We appreciate you guys. A lot of craziness going on in comics lately, but I think the majority of it is for the better. We're trying to, after Marvel came out and kind of said what they said, I think that's the first small battle that we've won in a long time. So let's see if Marvel continues to change things for the better. It's going to be interesting to see what we hear from CGC maybe in the future about this whole thing. That being said, yeah,
do you think
Saturday night?
I was going to say, do you think we're like getting close to kind of the rebound? Like now that summer's over, I think, gas prices have kind of stabilized. I just wonder if we're going to see a bounce.
Market-wise, right? Market-wise,
yes.
I'm hoping too. I mean, it can't get to me. It can't get any worse, at least on the silver, the older keys. But yeah, I mean, holidays are around the corner. That means more people will pump money into the stores, buy people things. That means things will start coming off of eBay, which supply and demand, FMV goes up. Or this could, we've seen a lot of unprecedented stuff that happened the last couple of years. So I could be completely wrong, but that's what I think.
Yeah.
At least till tax
Rob
time.
says, what did Marvel say? I've been living under a rock all week. Basically, they came out and said that they did not approve of the acetate issue, and they are not approving any in the future like that. And now going forward, all contracts are going to say that you cannot do what Black Flag did, which is change the book after Marvel has given it to you on the wholesale thing. So it's very interesting. That's very interesting.
It kind of gave Black Flag one reprieve though, right? I mean, like it didn't, like they're going to give them like a second, they're going to be the only one to get a second chance, right? I mean, that's what it seemed like to me. Like,
no, I don't know about that because they supposedly they're the ones. Well, they're the ones that supposedly, sent a lawyer down to Boston to give him a cease and desist. Now, that's just rumor. I haven't found that out for sure. I know a lot of people are talking about that he had a cease and desist. And the rumor is that Marvel is the one that sent a lawyer down there. And we're like, nope, we're not having any of this. We're not to sell any of this, or this. And so I want to find out more about that. We'll have to see. But yeah, Black Flag definitely has a black eye over this. They should. CGC is getting a little bit of a bruise under that eye over this. Marvel kind of, they kind of figured it out a little bit and changed some things, and it's going to be interesting. And here's the most interesting thing: the people that are buying and selling in this game are gonna have to change up their shtick for a little bit. But you never know. I mean, it could be some people could just be too big to where it doesn't really affect them if they don't say it. As long as they stay out of it, then they just continue doing what they do. I'm surprised that a lot of people like to do that. I'm not a fan of that, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's very interesting. Yeah, sorry, you guys. I am working off of Wi-Fi, so all right. You guys ready to get into the rest of the Hot 10? Let's do it. We're going to go straight from the website tonight, you guys. Let me send you back into the Matrix. And you got to see the number one there, but that's okay. Starting off with the Golden Age comic of the week. We had a Punch Comics 19 sell. I saw this, Stein. I saw the Punch 19 sell. It was very interesting to see a 4.0 sell for $1,800, and I feel like that is low.
Well, there was I think it was a 6.5 that sold last year for like 1,200 or something. So this 4.0 like blasted the 6.5 or whatever it was out of the water. But yeah, I know McClay's definitely has an affinity for any Punch comic. He loves he loves the trade dress.
I'm laughing at your comment.
Well, it's like, what is he doing? Like, you see all the dead bodies laying on the ground. He's not going to get there. Just stop running. Give it up.
Yeah, great book.
It's a good cover. It is a good cover, though. I mean, I don't know where the hands are coming from, but it's a pretty cool. Again, I think these red covers and these yellow covers from the Golden Age they just always seem to like stand out for some reason. I don't know why, but they just do.
They pop, definitely.
Yeah. Beautiful. I love it. I love that trade dress. I love those old Golden Age colors. I'm a big fan. All right, on to the next honorable mention this week. The She-Hulk TV show has started. Let us know what you guys. Yeah, let us know what you guys think of episode 1 in the comments below. But we have the She-Hulk number 2 Nakayama green variant as our honorable mention this week.
Yeah, so Nakayama did the B cover, and then he did an exclusive purple, like this is the same pose, but it's purple. And then there was a trade dress of that, and then this green one, which I don't know where the green one came from. It's a little confusing. I get really confused when it starts to all these different covers that are the same cover but just different colors and stuff. I don't know where they come from. So I don't even try anymore. I'm like, whatever, you guys will figure it out. But yeah, this one's selling for $70. It looks good. I like Nakayama for the most part, and this one I think he did a good job with.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Be on the lookout for more She-Hulk stuff as the weeks go on. But most of you guys, if you haven't already sold that stuff, you're probably in the bad time.
Yeah. So AOA asked me if I want drooling Mad Hulk instead of I don't know about you guys, but like Hulk when like beginning of Avengers. Yes, I like that Hulk. I grew up on old, Lou Ferrigno Hulk that was, mad and it was a very sad, story. Now, I just don't, this comedy Hulk where he's, I don't know, where he's like Hulk all the time and he's hanging out with kids and stuff. It just doesn't seem like the Hulk to me. Now it just seems like, I don't know, it just doesn't have the same feel for me, but that's just me.
He's corny. Definitely. It's not Professor Hulk. It's Smart Hulk. But Jen Walters, the actress that's playing, oh man, awesome.
Yeah, and I haven't had a chance to watch the show yet. I was busy in the hotel room. I got through all of Sandman and finally watched all of Umbrella Academy. So
nice.
Now She-Hulk's going to be the next one that I can at least start on. But it just, I don't know. I just, the comedy Hulk just seems, I just like the old Hulk. I like it. I don't mind throwing some comedy and some of the, some lines here and there, but it feels like Marvel in general has just kind of like put all their marbles in this comedy basket. All of a sudden, it's like,
Yep.
I like the Moon Knight, the brooding, dark, I like that. I like that universe better.
I think the comedy ruined Thor for me. Like, I don't want Thor to be that. I mean, it was funny when we first saw it, but it's kind of too much now. So,
yeah.
All right, on to the next one. Let's hit at number 10. What do we got? Star Wars number 26. A lot of people have been talking about this book. Tons of first appearances. I've had one person tell me there was 5 in here, another person tell me there was 12, another person tell me 26. So there's probably like 200 first appearances in here by now.
5.
If you're,
There's 5.
Yeah. So
that's a lot.
Yeah.
And this is a gift.
I've heard it's sold out.
Yeah, the Raza cover A that's sold out everywhere. I went to 5 shops. I woke up at crack of dawn, and all the shops open up at 11 around here. And there's like 2 shops I won't name because one's a big one. They open at 9 and 10. I walk in, and I mean, if there was just one left, it was one per person. So yeah.
Wow. What did this kid? I mean, was this not notified beforehand? I mean, like in the previews?
No, well, we were already speculating on this on FOC, but it became clear after FOC that there would be 5 first appearances. But it's not just the 5 first appearances. It's a combination of things. Supposedly, according to Star Wars people, the characters that are first appearing in this are very important in the sense that forthwith, something with Sith or Jedi. Brian could probably allude to that. But on top of that, you have a 26 issue into the run. And, Star Wars is always a heavily ordered book, but chances are it's not going to be as heavily ordered as like Star Wars High Republic #1, which is also they consider another Star Wars big book. And then also cover A is an unbelievable Raza cover. The other 2 covers are open to order, and there's just a lot going on with this book, a lot of excitement. It capped out at about 25. I saw that. I was talking about this on my show yesterday. And, it's just one of those long-term holds, and then hopefully it turns into like an Afra or something like that down the road.
Is this you said this is Raza cover? I thought this was Gist.
This is Gist.
No, this is Raza.
It is?
Yes.
Where isn't there a Gist cover to this?
No, this is the Raza cover. This is cover A Raza. And then there's a Sprouse cover. There's a Sprouse cover with, I forgot who's on it, but one of the characters with a lightsaber. And then there's an action figure.
The chat's all saying it's Gist.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm looking at it right now. It says Raza cover artist, and then also, I mean, for the whole week, we were all saying Raza cover A.
I just hate the yellow lightsaber.
It looks like a Gist. Definitely looks like a Gist. But I mean, I'm looking at it right now. It says cover artist Raza.
Well, they're saying his signature's on the cover. I can't see it. I'm looking on my phone, so I can't really tell.
But it's a beautiful cover. I mean, for a cover A, I mean, they could have made this an incentive easy. They didn't.
Yeah. All right. Let me tell you who is the artist. E.M. Gist is the artist.
Oh, okay.
And yeah. So there you go. That is E.M. Gist on the regular cover. Not a fan of this cover because
you're not.
Nope. For one reason.
Why?
Yellow fucking lightsaber.
Oh, yeah.
No more yellow lightsabers. Yellow lightsabers are supposed to be special, and they just hand them out like candy nowadays, like they're purple or something. All right, on to the next one.
Real quick, I like it how you see how it looks like they're walking in the snow and then their legs are cut off. I think that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's what I like about it.
All right. On to the next one. Number 9 this week, Dark Spaces Wildfire #1. Scott Snyder's book here from IDW. Yeah. What do we got? $10 to $15 secondary?
Yeah, I guess somebody said that this was picked up as
It was.
Hotshot crew, female hotshot. Is this the female hotshot crew or no?
Yep. Yes, this is the female hotshot crew.
I just thought it's like on a terrible net. I don't even know what the network was that picked it up, but we've been down this road like 1,000 times. Like these crappy networks pick up these indie books. Everybody buys them, and then either one, it never gets made, or two, even if it does get made, nobody even remembers, and then it's gone, and you wasted a bunch of money. So,
who owns UCP? That's the network you're talking about, right?
I was like UCP,
Universal?
UPC. I didn't know who it was, but I mean, it may be a great story. I really haven't had an issue with anything Scott Snyder's ever written. So it's probably a really good story. I would buy it for that. I would not buy it because it was picked up as an option.
Right.
I mean, if I'm going to pick up a Scott Snyder because of an option, I mean, Witches was awesome. And you see that that's now like 7 years ago, and it's still not. It's still sitting out there in limbo somewhere.
When that book came out 7 years ago, we used to get so excited when we would hear the word option. And then when they're like, freaking Brad Pitt optioned this, everybody went crazy. And now when we hear the word option, we're like, maybe we'll get it. You know,
is Scott Snyder did Noctura, right?
Noctura?
Yeah, I think so.
That's a good one. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I don't know if you guys seen that movie. Brian, you probably seen that movie because it's probably big news in your area because it was out of Arizona about that hotshot crew that got, unfortunately passed.
So I don't. That was there. This is different than a hotshot crew, I think. Yeah, because I looked this up on a show because we were talking about it. And I was like, I've never heard of an all female, and I think the guys that died in Arizona, they were a different type of crew. But yeah, man, that was a good movie from what I heard. But that was a really sad incident. A lot of firefighters knew a lot of the people who passed away in that, and they're all connected at the hip, man. So sad stuff. All right, on to number 8, Batman 125, the second print. Jimenez 1 in 25 foil variant, where we have Failsafe on the cover.
The colors on this look great. I mean, it's basically just dark red and black.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the foil, so I don't know what. I'm always skeptical of what these foils actually look like. Some people are like, "Oh yeah, they look great." These pictures make them look terrible, so I honestly don't know if it looks as good as I think it looks. But looks good. I'm assuming that so now we're talking second printing of 125 was heavily ordered to start with. So now the second print is going to be way less. Then you got the 1 in 25 on that. If if DC ends up using this character, becomes, a Batman Who Laughs or something like that, are they even still using that character?
No, that's the weird part, right? And man, did they fumble the ball with that character and Robin King and
Clown Hunter?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So, I mean, you just have to look at what DC is actually like. What are they trying to do? I mean, they keep introducing characters that seem like, they're cool, but then they just kind of disappear. I mean, I haven't read a Batman book since probably issue 10.
I read this. It was good. It was you. I mean, you didn't see Failsafe till the very last page, and you really don't know what Failsafe is. You don't know if it's a villain or a good guy yet. You know what I mean? So, but the art was gorgeous. I mean, the art was so beautiful. Jimenez art inside. It was really nice. So, and I'm a for Tim Burton style, kind of what I felt the Penguin. Very good stuff. Look at out of this, but you're right.
Is Brian breaking up, or is that me?
Shirtless back on. How long the last fighter was? You need to go find ASAP.
Okay. So, yeah. All right. So it's
probably
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I didn't know because I'm on hotel Wi-Fi as well, so
Yeah.
wasn't 100% sure if it was me, or if it was Brian listening,
Brian.
talking. But yeah, yeah. So we can go to the next book, Brian. What'd you say? Shirtless Barricade 2. I guess Brian's like dead,
All
right?
right. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So we will not get a visual on this one. So next book is going to be number 7, A Shirtless Bear Fighter 2, number 1, the Paulo Rivera. And Brian's got control of the screen, right? I can't even control the screen. I can't even control it.
Yeah, I can't either, unfortunately.
All right. So we can't even just make it, or with our big pretty faces or anything like that. Shirtless Bear Fighter 2. I didn't even know that they were going to do another run of Shirtless Bear Fighter, but they did, and this 1 in 10 is gorgeous.
Yes.
Did you? This cover is awesome.
Paulo Rivera cover, yeah, totally.
Oh my gosh! I looked at that and I thought, man, that looks like the cover for like one of the pulps back in the 30s, right?
Totally.
I mean, just gorgeous. It was just fully painted. I mean, I don't know if he did. Does he do fully painted, or is that all digital?
Looks digital to me, but hey, I'm not an artist, so I don't know.
I'm not either, so I don't really know for sure either. If anybody knows if that was actually painted or if that's digital, I'm not really sure. All I know is it's gorgeous. I think it's selling for $25. I think this is one that I really kind of probably should get for $25.
Right.
It just feels like that's one that I'm like, I think at that price, I love the cover. $25 is not unreasonable at all.
Right. It's
not
$25.
About. Yeah, $25 RS.
Yeah.
No, everything is saying it's 1 in 10. I have no idea.
Yeah, I heard it was a 1 in 10 too. Couldn't find it anywhere yesterday. Couldn't find the Frank Miller book as well, and these two were very hard to come by. But if you can find it for $25, this is definitely a decent play. Throw that, get a press, get a 9.8. Somebody's gonna take it off your hands for 200, 300 plus. So.
Yeah, no whiteboard this week, AOA. I'm on the road, so I have nothing. I just got hotel walls around me.
Yeah. So I wanted to allude back since we're waiting for Brian here. So that Dark Spaces Wildfire, just to go back. So what it's about, to be in more detail, is it's a women's prison, and the women's prisons they're firefighters, and the prisoners they act like hot shots. So I like it. I think it's really good, because there's a lot of women prisons right now that are hotshot firefighters that are not getting any kind of notoriety, and they're losing their lives fighting the fires, but nobody ever talks about them. So I think it's pretty cool, and it's a callback to them.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. So you did not buy the Shirtless Bear Fighter?
Could not find it, but if you say it's 25 on the secondary, I'm probably gonna jump off here and after we're done and grab one.
Yeah, I was as I saw a bunch of people talking about it, and I was actually expecting it to be higher than what it was, but RS is saying that it's definitely a 1 in 25. If that's the case, then it's even at 25. That's a really good steal then.
Oh man, yeah.
So, yeah. All right. So again, we don't have any photos. We're just going by here. You want to act it out? I can do the acting it out. Okay. So we're gonna do the next book is gonna be Mandalorian number 2, the Jim Chung. This came out this week, the 1 in 50 variant.
Wow.
I gotta act like Grogu or something like.
Hey, I wanted to let Boda. I wanted to let you know that Key Collector. I just pulled a Key Collector. He's reporting that it's a 1 in 10. So.
Yeah, I don't really know. Honestly, I've seen things reported from one thing, you know. Because I think that's what my comic shop said as well. But it very well could have been a 1 in 25, and they just
100%.
They got it. Yeah, they could have just messed it up.
Hey, Brian.
Or this. He keeps popping back in and then just frozen. Like, oh no, he moved.
I'm trying here, you guys. I'm trying.
No, you're good. Yeah, so
you're right, Ben. You're right, Ben. Though you're right. Sometimes they list stuff. You got to double, triple check them because you know.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mandalorian number 2, Jim Chung, 150. Some for 75 to 85. It's a good cover. I thought Grogu looked a little odd, but he's so small in it you can't really tell. But
yeah,
I thought the Mandalorian looks great on it.
Me too.
So it's kind of one of those very looks like it's got a lot of action going on, even though he's not really fighting anybody or anything like that. Just looks very with the mud and everything looks very motion.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if 75 to 85 is. Yeah, I don't know if that's good or bad, but I still think Mandalorian's probably heavily ordered. But at some point, nobody's going to care about Grogu, right?
Probably not. Brian's right. But on the other hand, you know, it is the first full appearance of Grogu in the Marvel comic book, so you have it. It is a key. But heavily ordered, I guess you go with the highest ratio to try to cut that, right? So,
yep, the smart ones do. All right. Next, number 5, Avengers number 85.
Yeah, so first appearance of Squadron Supreme, and everybody is all on this Squadron Supreme stuff now. But we've talked about these team things before. When you talk about teams that are not Avengers or Justice League, from either the Silver or Bronze or any of these, or even the Copper Age, anything that they put on the screen now is not going to be. That's not going to be the same team. So it's team name. Like wasn't like Wizard or something like that part of Squadron Supreme? There's no way Wizard's going to be on. That's
Great
just never
point.
going to happen. So now this is this the first appearance of Hyperion?
Yeah.
Terrible characters.
Clickbait sites are reporting that that he could be in play Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
That would be so stupid if they did that.
Yeah.
Why would we want Henry Cavill playing the Superman of the Marvel Universe?
Yeah, it seems a little fishy to me as well. The pieces seem to be kind of manufactured, right? It seems odd.
Very odd. If Henry Cavill is going to play anything, he needs to play Captain Britain, period.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
But yeah, if people are, somebody bought a 9.8 for 5,400. That's absurd. 5,400 for that. It just. I agree. I know. I'm sure 9.8's not easy to get on this, but that's really, really high. Now it was like probably perfect timing because it was sold on Heritage, and it ended like right when. And maybe that's all part of it. I don't know. Maybe somebody kind of manufactured those rumors that hey, if we do this and now we can sell it on Heritage, when my auction ends. I don't know.
The Loki season 2, I believe, either just started production or started filming. I was reporting on it on my show the last 2 weeks, and then the Hyperion rumors started flying around with Loki 2. I did I guess you could say maybe a 25 to 30 minute deep dive, just straight looking into Hyperion, and all I could find is no reputable sites. It was, I think the only one I ever heard of was We Got This Covered, and the other one was maybe Cosmic Book News. So I just kind of took it with a huge Hulk-sized grain of salt and just moved on.
Do you actually read those?
I usually read them when I'm in the Facebook group and I see somebody post something on there. So I reply source, and they're like, "Yeah, here you go, giant freaking robot," and I'm like, "Okay, smell you later."
I thought he was gonna say I usually check on him when I'm in the shitter.
Yeah, that too. No, those are my Maxim magazines.
Yeah, and Wizards and Wizards. All right, number 4 this week, the Predator cover that was on the list last week. The almost 10 last week, right? Or was it on the
no?
regular list?
So the C2E2 Virgin was on the list last week. That was out of 1,000. This one is the trade dress, which is out of 600.
What?
Yeah, very strange, right? So the trade dress is fewer than the Virgin, which honestly, in this case, because the Predator, the Predator
It
trade
looks better
dress
with the trade,
is like so like synonymous with Predator. Like, I mean, all the movies and stuff, it's that look. So it looks much cooler to me with the trade dress. But Late Night, I appreciate it. Late Night says with the super chat, said, "I wish you guys continued success and good health." Appreciate
Much
that
love,
a lot.
brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah, so this one's selling for considerably more, 160 to 180 range, which is way more than what the C2E2 was selling for as the Virgin. But I do like the trade dress better.
Yeah,
I don't know where you get this from. Obviously, if it's 600, then it's probably some store that's doing it. But I don't know where. You guys can have fun with that one.
I like the red too. It pops, and you know, Prey is just shaking people right now. I mean, can't believe a Predator spinoff, sequel, what have you, is actually better than the first, as good as the first one. Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
All right, on to number 3 this week. Of course, Sandman number 13. Listen, the Sandman TV show has been great, and this issue right here can still be found in boxes at your comic book shop. I guarantee that people are going to be finding these like crazy in short boxes, because you always know Sandman's always 1 through 10 is missing and everything else is there.
Yeah, and sometimes 75 is gone. but yeah, all the other books are kind of like, I never found 25 either. I can't ever find 25, but yeah, CGC still does not notate this as First Lady Constantine, whatever they say, however they say it on the show. But yeah, they still do not notate that, which is bizarre to me. But
very bizarre.
So you guys can probably tell me, have you watched the show?
Yeah, it's excellent.
Very good. Episodes. I'm through the first 2 episodes.
So I'm assuming that they're going to have multiple seasons, but are they going to be doing spinoffs as well?
It's the way it seems. It really seems that way, and it would be smart if they did that, because there's a lot of characters. But you know, I got to give some much needed love to our boy Trey, because Trace took this and did a breakdown about how, you know, a lot of these characters in the Sandman universe are related to Justice League, JSA characters, I mean, and Golden Age characters. And he's kind of right. It kind of feels like maybe are they thinking about doing something with JSA instead of the Justice League, you know, for their future movie universe. And if that's the case, I like that. I think that would be cool if they started off, you know, with those older characters and then see where that plans out, because they can't just go do Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman again.
Well, it was reported yesterday. So what's today? 20, whatever day the 18th is. It was reported on the 18th. I was talking about it on my show, how they said that even before Black Adam premieres, they already have multiple spinoffs from Black Adam, and he is associated with JSA, correct?
Yes, big time JSA, and there's a lot of JSA in there, and yeah, a lot of characters who are intertwined, and not only that, that Justice League Dark stuff is very, very smart to be looking at that too. And if you know that in the Sandman universe, they do that whole thing with that what is that character called, the Macaque or the Hectate, and yeah, that's got a lot of connections to those characters also. So very interesting to see if they do that through Sandman, which would be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I liked how, and I guess I could never read Sandman. It was so wordy that I could never get through it back in the early 90s or anything. So I never actually read it. But I had no idea that like House of Mystery and House of Secrets were part of this as well. I was not aware of that.
Yep.
But yeah, 9/8 of this are selling for $3.25. Like Brian said, this one you may be able to still find, because I think because people kind of overlook it since it is a number 13, and again CGC does not notate the first appearance in this. So
yeah,
very cool.
And I think she's definitely one of the characters that could easily have a spinoff.
Yep, I agree. All right, next on the list at number 2 this week, Meet the Skrulls, number 1. More rumors out there.
Yeah, so this Emilia Clarke rumor, I know that she's been signed, right? I mean, like she is definitely playing something. So I guess it was reported that she's going to be playing this. I don't know how you say it, Gia or Gia.
Kyra.
I don't know how you say it.
Gaia.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Daniel RPK reported it, so yeah, you're on to something.
Yes, yeah. So this is that character's first appearance. Meet the Skrulls was definitely not heavily ordered. That 1 in 50 is a beast. I don't think the 1 in 50 is the greatest of covers, but yeah, this not very many people ordered this, and I don't know. Maybe Clark just has some kind of hold on bizarre Marvel names. I mean she's got it in Star Wars. She's now got it in if she becomes this Skrull. I mean, she's gonna have it in that.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Game of Thrones. I mean, she's just she's got these weird names. Can't she just be Jan?
People, comic book fans love Emilia Clarke.
Oh yeah,
they definitely do.
Yeah. So, all right, you guys, that was number 2. What is going on here at number 1? Web of Spider-Man 118. Ben Reilly as Spidey, the iconic red and blue hoodie costume, which I always loved this costume. Big fan of this costume, even as when I was younger. What is going on here? What do we got? Why is everybody talking about this book? Is it because you had 10 9.8s roll around?
No, that was not me. I had 119, not 118. No, which is Kane. But no, everybody's saying that they think that Ben Reilly's going to be in the next Into the Spider-Verse.
toy leak. There was a toy leak of a board game that, well, actually there was a couple leaks, but Charles Murphy, RPK, the Reputable Scoopers were reporting on it. The board game is Across the Spider-Verse, and the little players, like the Monopoly shoe or whatever, the pegs or whatever, they're exactly, side by side, they look exactly like this character right here. His eyes like that with that same red. And then there's also 3 action figures that were on pre-order that they were trying to hide, but they ended up getting half the package, and one of them they believe is Ben Reilly. So
yeah, well, shout out to Ferd Bird the Nerd for the $1.99 super chat. Happy Friday, boys. ECCC, yes sir. Yeah, everybody hated the clone stuff.
It was bad because they hyped it up so much and they tried to call it the greatest Spidey story ever made. But I loved the character design on this. It's so much so that you guys know how much I love the Spider-Man 2099 action figure variant of the Spider-Man classics that you could only get at KB Toys. They did one for Ben Reilly, this character that you can only get at KB Toys. And it has this book in there as a like a second print special, just like the 2099. It doesn't look as good, but it's in there. So maybe be on the lookout for that too.
Yeah, and there's definitely a newsstand. The newsstand sells for considerably more in high grade, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it just still. I mean, when I start seeing, I mean, this thing's selling for almost $1,000, which is just, I don't know. I mean, in a lot of ways, the market is correcting itself on a lot of these books that were, but
yes,
yeah, these things still keep popping up.
They're keys, bro.
I mean, I get it, but I mean, is $100 raw book worth $1,000 as a 9.8? It just seems way, way, way overinflated to me. But I would. This is not light printed for sure. I mean, it's not the easiest out there. Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of them out there. I mean, it's not like X-Men 1 or anything, but it's still. I mean, it's not even just I mean, because it was a web of Spider-Man, so it is kind of an offshoot, but still.
The clone. This storyline was like at the time it was coming out called the greatest Spider-Man storyline of all time. They ended up being labeled as the worst Spider-Man story of all time, maybe even the worst comic story of all time. It almost ruined Marvel. I remember people saying, but it gave us a cool looking character. Maybe, and Ben Reilly's not a cool character, let's be honest, but he freaking looks cool. It's a cool looking Spider-Man variant.
Yeah, so all these people are asking like Spider-Man 51 foil, ASM 149. It's weird. I mean, they had all these weird first clone, it's hard to, honestly, it's so confusing. And didn't they retcon some of this stuff as well? I mean,
yeah, they retconned it from 149 to 144 or 114. I can't remember.
Yeah, they did so many weird things back then. They just made everything just so confusing. I think this was obviously because he's right there on the cover. That's going to be your big selling point on this, regardless of any possible retconned cameo in any of those other issues or anything like that. I would think. But
I think characters evolve. So you have ASM 149, which is Ben Reilly, the human, first appearance. But this character evolved to the sense, like Brian just said, he looks a lot cooler. I'll give you a prime example. Like Jenica. Nobody cared about Jenica. I know I bring Jenica up a lot, but it's a really good comparison when you're talking about this alter ego versus the human. And nobody cared about Jenica until she turned into a turtle.
Great point.
And nobody cared about Ben Reilly until he became a really cool, ton of different version Spider-Man. So.
Yeah. I just also, it's probably nostalgia at the same time, right?
Definitely.
So
good call.
All right, you guys.
All these 90s stuff, is just, it's crazy how not even just in comics, but like our music is being mined. I mean, my daughter is 16 and all of her friends listen to 90s. Like they don't even like the new music. They like 90s. I'm like, that's my music. Don't listen to that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's the truth, man. Don't listen to my music. Get off my lawn. All right, we're going to go and try and grab a comment from last week's show. Thank you for everybody that took part in the last couple of weeks' shows. The viewer and viewer comments and the comments on the social media have been really, really good about stuff lately. So We appreciate you guys, and thanks for subbing and all that stuff too. All right, here we go. Let's find this. Get a link here and YouTube comment picker. There we go. You figure out how to use it yet, Ben?
Use what? The comment pick? I did use it. It just would not let me.
I know. I'm just giving you shit, bro.
It would just give everybody a laugh. You know what's funny is that first video had no audio, was like 6 minutes long, and there was like 200 views on it. I'm like, do not watch this. Do not watch this nonsense.
Well, speaking of that, if you guys didn't see Stein's recent video that he posted, everybody loved it, and it has one of the greatest thumbnails of all time. So make sure you guys go check that out. 205 watching.
You know what's funny is I was going to upload a clean thumbnail for that. I was like, nah, I'm just gonna leave that as is now.
Yeah. Let's see here. Ferdbird says McClay at ECC. I am. Uniform 13 says new pad McClay. I wish this. Go to my social media and you guys will see the views from this pad at nighttime here. I'm gonna go post some views of the patio. It is crazy. But just absolutely amazing place I'm staying in. Seattle is absolutely beautiful, other than when it smells like piss, but it almost smells like piss all the time now. So I don't know. You figure that out.
Is that the fish? The fish market? Is that what makes it smell?
Everywhere smells like piss, bro. Everywhere. So people are just pissing on the streets. At least it's not San Francisco and it's not poop. But
right.
That being said, thank you to Tony, who drops the $10 super says great show, you three. Thanks for keeping us in the loop. It's good to be in the loop. We appreciate you, brother. You know that. And thank you to everybody else that dropped a super chat tonight, you guys. We appreciate the love so much. Your guys' support is why we continue to do this. It's fun to sit and talk with friends about comics, but we do it because we get the interaction with you guys, and you guys are part of the conversation. It really, really means a lot to us when you guys being here. So, all right, let's get you into the Matrix and go give our winner. This is for the David Mack Daredevil exclusives, care of Wanted Comics. That's Wanted Comics with an X. Just amazing retailer that we love and respect. Here we go, you guys. And the winner for that is the Comic Keeper. He says, oh, God, not the, quote, respect the flag garble, nationalism jingle. Oh, wow, man. And militarism is shit. Burn all flags. And yeah, well, he was mad, too. Was he mad or was he not mad? Anyways, the Comic Keeper, thank you for making your point on here and commenting. It won the winner. So hit me up, Comic Keeper, on IG. And we appreciate you for putting the comment down. It was a hot topic the last couple of weeks, but I really think that it's gotten much better because we're trying to make it better. So for the first time in a long time, we're trying to band together and hold big companies accountable. So we'll see how it works.
Yeah.
All right.
It wasn't on the list this week, right?
Amen. So we had to talk him off of putting it as number one because he had the other two at number 2 and number 3. But we talked him off of it. We talked him out of it. So yeah, that being said, Comic Keeper is feisty, but he won a really cool giveaway, care of Wanted Comics. And we will see you guys later. You guys make sure to give a follow. Hit us all on our IGs and our YouTube channels, and keep following us this weekend to see all the craziness that's going on at ECC. And we'll see you tomorrow night on Modern Comic Mayhem. I'm going to do my best to get Modern Comic Mayhem going too out here in Seattle. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully Richie's going to be there. We're going to have just a regular Saturday night crew hanging out. Red Hood, Yee, all the characters. Nate, I think Nate's back. Nate got to go hang out with Mel in New York. He went to a Mets game with him, which is a lot of fun. So we'll hear that. And I've been looking for the tables to flip, man, but I don't see them. I'm waiting. But we'll see if we find him. Mighty Mel V is sometimes it's hard to get him on here because he does work. But hopefully he'll be over at Drunken Chat tonight. I'm gonna go pop in and hang out, say hello. Richie, what do you got coming up? Anything cool?
No, I did a show today. It was a pilot episode. I mentioned it backstage, but I haven't really. I mean, I could be wrong, but my subscriptions on YouTube, I hadn't seen anybody actually call the show First Appearance Friday. So I said, hey, man, let's just do pickups and like spec plays and just have a live stream. And it went really well. We had a giveaway. It was awesome.
Very
My
cool.
next show is on Monday.
That's awesome. Hell yeah. Very cool. So that being said, make sure you guys give us all a follow and we'll keep you updated on all the goodies. I looked for CGC and Bad Idea. Couldn't find either of them yet, but I did see who did I see? I saw Shortbox was there. I didn't really see a big Whatnot presence. Very little Whatnot presence. But that being said, no, I haven't seen CGC yet, but we'll go see. I might flip a couple tables. We'll see. All right, you guys. Much love. We'll see you next time. Adios.